Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, in this podcast, I'm going to do something a little different. I want to give y'all pretty much the blueprint on what you really need to do, okay? The best foods you need to eat, because folks always slide in my DMs on Instagram and Facebook, asking me what foods to eat. I'm going to talk to you about what portions you need to eat as well, because guys, if you don't know already, I'm just going to cut through the fluff. You could be eating all the right foods, but if you're not eating the right portions with those foods, you could be overeating and wondering why the weight ain't going down on the scale. Wondering why your stomach's still big as hell. You're like, damn, all I do is eat healthy. Why my stomach still so big? Why my shirt still don't fit? That's why. Because your ass don't have the right portions. So we're going to talk about that too. Okay? And then the last thing we're going to talk about, I got some folks to be sliding my DMs, talking about they just want to lose the weight. I was just talking to a lady earlier today. I just want to lose the weight. That's what she was saying. But most women who join my coaching program, they don't just want to lose weight and look sick. You know, they want to be toned. They want to look good in their clothes. They want to look good when they take their clothes off, as the guys do too. You know, both men and women. We want to look good in our clothes when we take our clothes off. We want to look good naked, right? Now, here's the thing. If all you do is follow my nutrition advice, but you don't go to the gym and do any type of working out, no lifting weights or nothing like that, yeah, don't be mad. If you losing weight, but you still look chubby. You losing weight, but you don't look like you work out. That's what happens. You're not going to be able to tone your body. You won't be able to get that definition. You know what the guy say, man, I want to be all cut up. I want to have some muscle definition. And just like I just said, muscle definition. That's the only way you get definition is by building muscle, guys. That's the only way you look toned is by building muscle, ladies. All my ladies out there who just got a couple of 3-pound dumbbells and 5-pound dumbbells at the house. No, take your ass to the gym. Them weights is not heavy enough to build muscle, okay? And so let's go ahead and dive in. So let's dive into the foods first, because this is why I share so much food content on my social media. Not only I found that a lot of folks don't know what foods to eat, but also it's like the easiest path to feeling better. Like most folks don't be wanting to do nothing like going to the gym and exercise because you don't feel good. Folks be all tired. Folks be thinking that losing weight is all about looks. No, it's about your quality of life. I get on these game plan calls with dozens of folks on a monthly basis, and folks be telling me how they tired. Folks be telling me, they be like, yeah, my boo be wanting to, have a little fun, but I just be so tired all the time. My kids be wanting to play and go outside, but I just be so tired all the time. Well, if you eat better, you will feel better, okay? If you're not feeling well, it's because you're not eating well. This is why I talk about the type of foods that you need to be eating and not all this junk food. This is what most folks do. Most folks default to eating a lot of fast food because it's convenient. I get it. You know what I'm saying? We all busy. But if you're eating Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Moe's every day, McDonald's, Burger King every day, guys, no good. No good. This is how you find yourself having heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes because you're eating it every day. It's the reason they call it fast food. You need to start making some slow food, eating at the house, all right? Eating too much junk food, chips, cookies, cereal. If you're eating these types of foods all the time, no good. You know what I call that? Big ass stomach behavior. If you're looking down and you frowning and you like, damn, I gotta do something with this, man. This is just too much. Your clothes ain't fitting, too much big ass stomach behavior, okay? I want to burn that into your brain. You have too much big ass stomach behavior. But we're gonna fix that today. We're about to fix that. So here's the foods that you need to be eating. So I like to break this thing down into three types of foods. all right, to make this thing really simple for everybody. There's coaches out there who break it down differently, but I like to make things very, very simple because losing weight can be very, very simple. All right, I'm not saying it's easy, but it can be very simple. The first thing, we have proteins. I see a lot of people who be wanting to lose weight and all they're doing is eating fruit. They snacking on cashews all day and fruit. Guys, where's your protein? You need protein in your diet to build muscle. You need protein in your diet to be able to feel full. Do you ever eat a meal while trying to lose weight and then you notice that you're hungry as hell after you just ate the meal? Or an hour later you're hungry again? You're not eating enough protein. Your portions ain't on point. We'll go get the portions in a second, but you're not eating enough protein. You got to have protein. You want to be able to recover from your workouts faster. A lot of folks be out here, man, I don't like being sore. Man, I just don't. That's why I don't want to go to the gym. I be sore. Well, listen. If you eat more protein, it helps you recover from your workouts faster. Okay? And so here are a couple of different proteins out there. Don't get all butthurt if I don't say your favorite food. Don't get butthurt. Don't get butthurt. Anyway, number one, chicken. Yeah, I think chicken should be on everybody's, unless you allergic. Now, if you're allergic, then I get it. But I know some people be like, man, chicken is boring. Listen, guys, chicken is not boring. Your ass is boring. It's a million different ways to cook chicken. You can air fry chicken. You can saute it on a skillet. You can bake it. You can grill it. You can use different seasoning. This season out there, I ain't even tried. Guys, chicken is not boring. It's you. It's you. Okay? You just got to be willing to explore a little bit. That's the first one. Then we have salmon. Or some people say salmon. Salmon. I'm going to say salmon. Anyway, I like this protein right here because not only does it have protein in it, but it also has healthy fats in there too. It's very filling. It's a very filling fish, guys. All right. You want to be able to eat foods that are going to fill and sustain you for at least a good 2.5, 3.5 hours. You don't want to be eating so much fast food then the next hour you like, damn, I just ate a whole McDonald's double cheeseburger and a fry an hour ago. I'm hungry again. I know some of y'all be feeling that way. You just ate a whole bunch of junk food. Next hour, you hungry again. You want to know why that happens? That happens because you're eating a lot of what we call empty calories. If you're eating a lot of processed food, which most fast foods are processed food, it's calories in it, but those calories don't really give you much nutritional value, guys. Okay? Meaning, you go find yourself tired. You go find yourself hungry. You're not going to be feeling satisfied and full, okay? But when you eat real food, slow food, food that you cook at home, it'll sustain you longer. All right, it's going to give you more nutritional value. You're going to feel energized after you eat those meals if you have the right portions, okay? And so we got chicken, we got salmon. The next one is eggs, okay? I say eggs because I know back in the days, I don't think people still think that eggs is bad, but you never know. A lot of people back in the days when I first started getting into personal training, people used to think that eggs were bad because eggs have fat in it. No, guys. Eggs have a lot of health benefits. It's not just giving you protein, but it's also giving you healthy fats. It's going to sustain you longer, okay? Like I was just saying earlier. I think one of the biggest fears that most people have when they're getting ready to start their weight loss journey is not wanting to feel hungry all the time. Not wanting to feel like they're going to be starving. Because who in the hell goes sustain a diet while they starving? Like once you stop starving, you go back to doing what you were doing before, and you know what you gonna have? That big old ass stomach. And we don't want that. We don't want that. Okay? And so I thought real hard and long about these foods. Some of these foods I eat myself. Well, all of them I eat all. I eat all these damn foods, to be honest with you. But anyway, these are foods that I eat to sustain myself. Because if you like me, you busy. You out here trying to help folks. You trying to get to the bag. You know, you don't be having no time to be thinking about what you go eat all day. You need to eat a meal, feel full, have energy, and get right back to the action. And not be thinking about, I'm hungry as hell. What else I'm going to eat? That's no good. Okay? And so these are the types of foods that you need to be eating. Eggs. Outside of eggs, you could be doing egg whites. Now, egg whites, you're just getting straight protein. You're not going to get the healthy fats. Okay? And so, you know, if you want to go a more leaner route with your breakfast, egg whites. I do that sometimes instead of doing my extra large eggs. All right? Anyway,
One more protein, 90% lean beef, ground beef, or ground turkey. All right, 90% lean ground beef or ground turkey. All right, the reason I say 90% or better, meaning it could be 90%, 92%, 93%. You want to have these proteins that are just not like filled with a whole lot of fat in it. All right, you don't want to have these type of proteins. See, what happens is this: a lot of people, they think that eating red meat is bad. All right, but eating red meat is not bad. It's the quality of the red meat that you're eating. Okay, it's the quality of the red meat that you're eating. And so if you're eating a lot of red meat that has a ton of fat in it, that's not a good thing, guys. I get it. Sometimes we're eating based on pleasure, but other times you need to be eating based on value. Meaning, is the type of foods that you're eating going to give you energy? Is it going to improve your health? Is it going to help you get leaner? Or are you just eating based on pleasure? You got to know the difference, guys. This is part of building a healthy relationship with food. It ain't nothing wrong with eating those fattier meats, but just know if you eating it for pleasure. You might be out with your family. You might be on a date. You might be at a business meeting. Whatever it is, you're just eating for pleasure. But you got to know the difference between pleasure-based nutrition and value-based nutrition. Okay? Big difference. And so those are the proteins. There's other ones out there too. All fish, all fish is protein, guys. Turkey is protein. It's protein, whey protein shakes, plant-based protein shakes. But these are just a couple of proteins that I know for sure. If you're on a weight loss journey, you should be eating. All right. Now, if you know you're allergic to one of the foods I just said, don't your crazy ass just go and eat it because you're like, oh, he says it's going to help me, but you're allergic to it. Don't do that. All right. I have to say these things because there's some folks be crazy on social media. I don't know what it is, but the more I notice that my following keep growing, I've been talking to some crazy folks. But anyway, number 2, you need to have colorful carbs. Colorful carbs. In other words, you could also call them fibrous carbs. A lot of people think that they need to eat rice, potatoes, oatmeal all the time. Guys, those are carbs, but those carbs are very high in calories. It makes it extremely hard to lose weight, okay? It's not saying you can't, but most folks are just not aware of their nutrition as much as they should be to be able to eat these type of foods and lose weight. All right. And so the whole reason I'm not going to add those types of foods into the list is because I want everything you guys to do, that you guys take from this podcast, you could just implement it starting today and start losing weight. All right. If you're eating all that and you measuring and you tracking, most folks still be getting it wrong. Have you ever seen one of them trainers on social media talking about they bulking? No, they ass ain't bulking. They just fat. They swole head. They got all this muscle, but got a big old ass stomach. They eating too much. They eating way too much carbs. You don't have to do that. All right. Simpler, easier, surest way to lean out so you don't have to ever get ready. You can stay ready when it comes to going to the beach, going to the pool, your birthday, a vacay, whatever it is. You ready. All right. We want to do fruits that have seeds in them. I like strawberries, blueberries, kiwis. All right. Raspberries. All right, apples, an apple a day will help you keep the belly fat away. Those are some fruits, fibrous fruits. But then we also have the vegetables. Remember how I said colorful, right? Colorful carbs. We have asparagus. We have Brussels sprouts. Get them shaved. If you're a little bougie like me, you like go to Whole Foods, get the shaved Brussels sprouts. They're a lot easier to cook. Cabbage. You can do cabbage. You can do baby spinach. All right. A lot of people they ain't never had vegetables with breakfast. Guys, you can make an egg white omelet or an egg omelet with baby spinach on the side. Boom. Voila. Watch you start losing weight. Watch you don't have no more brain fog after eating breakfast when you would normally eat a croissant, a bagel. There'll be a big ass chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A with some hash browns, wondering why you tired and you got brain fog. Nah, it's the food. That's why. All right. And so stop eating like that. This is how folks end up having type 2 diabetes. You're eating like that over the years. This is how it happens. Folks end up having these types of issues, health issues. And so you got the fibrous carbs, you got the fruits, the vegetables. And then the last thing, you have your healthy fats. Now, some of the foods I've said earlier, like salmon, eggs, these foods do have fats in them also, but they are primarily protein sources, but they just have some fats in it, all right? Now, I've noticed some people, they don't know the difference. Some people, they think that things like cashews, almonds, walnuts, they think that nuts are proteins. No, guys, nuts are healthy fats. This is why I always be telling y'all, if you're not tracking, your ass is slacking. Because if you just track and look at, okay, I'm about to eat half a cup of almonds. And once you put it into MyFitnessPal and be able to see your portions and you see the calories from half a cup of almonds, you gonna be like, God, that's a whole lot of calories. That's about 400-500 calories just from a half cup of almonds. That's it. Some of y'all, you don't know, you wonder why you're not losing weight. But y'all be snacking on a trail mix all day. The old folk be snacking on trail mix, reaching over and grabbing lightly salted cashews. They be like, damn, I don't know why I feel so bloated. Ooh, boy, this stomach getting bigger and bigger. But you snacking on healthy fats all day. It don't mean that it's a bad food. I know there's a lot of trainers out there try to demonize these healthy foods. It's not that they're bad. You just have to have awareness around the portions, which I'm getting ready to talk about in just a second. Okay? But avocados, any type of nuts, walnuts, cashews, almonds, these are also healthy fats. We need these foods, guys. All right? It helps with our hormones, helps with our brain health. It helps regulate our blood sugar. For y'all folks out there who pre-diabetic, type 2 diabetic, insulin resistant, you need to eat these types of foods. Okay? And you need to have some structure with it. So that's the first part. Those are the best foods that you should be eating when it comes to losing weight. All right? When it comes to dropping body fat and slimming down your waistline. Number 2, the portions. Because you can eat all the right foods, but if you're not eating the right amount of these foods, guys, you're going to have a hard time losing weight. You're going to have a very hard time losing weight. Guys, I'm extremely transparent. Sometimes I have people in my coaching program. I map out A to Z how much they need to eat. Sometimes people still get in the damn program, I'm just going to eat the foods that he say eat. And then a week or two go by and they doing their check-in. I'm like, damn, why you ain't lost no weight? Are you tracking? Nah, I ain't started to track it there yet, man. I just been eating the foods you gave me. I be like, that why? Yes, I ain't eating the portions. You cannot just eat healthy food and think you're going to lose weight. It's plenty of folks out here getting bigger. Who done seen a vegan or a vegetarian big as hell? You're like, damn, all you do is eat healthy. How you overweight? They overeating. Their portions are too big. They got big ass stomach behavior portions. No good. I don't want that to be you. Keep listening. I'm about to give you the game. All right. And so when it comes to portions, first thing you need to know is your daily calorie intake. Just go to Google, type in TDEE calculator. That stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure Calculator. All right. And that's going to give you a certain amount of calories that, you could be eating to maintain your current weight. Then what you're going to do is reduce that amount. So let's do a little bit of math. All right. Let's say you're supposed to eat 2,000 calories a day to be able to maintain your current weight. And that's what it gives you on that calculator. Well, you want to reduce it by 300 or 400, maybe even 500 calories, just depending on how aggressively you want to lose weight. Okay, if you want to lose it fast, probably want to reduce it by 400-500 calories. You want to lose weight a little bit slower, 300-400 calories, maybe 200 calories. All right, and so instead of eating 2,000, you're only eating 1,700, 1,600. Okay, so we got that down pat. A lot of times, people always say I need to get my portions on point. I know I need to lose weight. I just got to get my portions right. Well, how do you get your portions if you don't know how much calories you need to eat on a daily basis? You won't know, guys. You're not going to know. This is why you have to know your calorie intake. Okay? Very, very important. So now that we have our daily calorie intake, the next most important thing outside of that is our protein intake. Protein intake, which should be right around like 40% of your overall calorie intake. All right. I don't want to get into a whole bunch of numbers because I feel like numbers can be very boring for a lot of folks. But I want to make it really simple. So everybody should buy an electronic food scale. That way you can measure and make sure that you're eating the right amount of protein. So for men, what I've noticed, it's going to be hard for me to give you an exact amount because everybody's calorie intake is a little different. But let's say a man normally is going to eat anywhere between 6 to 8 ounces of protein, just depending on how heavy that guy is. All right, you're a bigger guy, you're probably going to need to eat closer to 8. You're a smaller guy, you're probably going to need to eat closer to 6. Okay? Protein per meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Don't be skipping meals, guys. A lot of y'all who are having issues with losing weight, you got to start with a solid foundation. And starting with a solid foundation is just, let me eat my main meals. Let me eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. If you get hungry in between a meal, eat 1 or 2 snacks. I call this the 3-2-1 diet. The 3 stands for your main meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. The 2 stands for 2 snacks. The 1 stands for 1 cheat meal a week. You do this, guaranteed to lose weight. Guaranteed. Most folks just don't do it. Most folks lazy, they will always be fat. But I want to help the folks who don't want to be lazy. All right. But anyway, so that's for the guys with the protein. The second, for women, your protein portions need to be anywhere between 3 ounces for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to 5 ounces for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It just depends on how heavy your ass is or light. If you're lighter, you don't need to eat as much. You probably can get closer to 3. If you know you're a bit heavy, nobody don't have to tell you, if you're looking in the mirror, you're like, ooh, boy, I got some weight to lose. Or you stepping on the scale and you see you about 60, 70, 80 pounds over what you used to be when you was young. It's time to lose some weight. Ain't no shame. It's okay. Just start from where you are. And then as you lose weight, you'll notice that your portions can get smaller. All right? Your portions will get smaller as you get smaller. All right? Don't beat yourself up about it. You just got to know where you are. You got to be honest with yourself. Okay? If you big, be like, okay, I'm big, but I ain't going to be big forever. It's okay. I'm about to put the work. I'm about to show the world. That's how you need to be. Okay? We all done had our come-up story. I feel like I'm still in my come-up story. At one point, I was doing in-person training for over a decade, and I started telling a couple of my buddies, like, yeah, man, I'm about to get into this coaching thing, man. I want to help more folks, man. I want to get more transformation. And folks used to be like, how that little online coaching thing going? How that little personal training thing going on online? How the social media thing going? You still doing that? Folks go throw a little shade, little hate, little shade at you. But I kept going. Hey, Jay, man, when you go get a little Corvette, man, that you say you go get? When you go get your Corvette? I had to grind for years. Grinded for years, guys. And I'm telling y'all my real story here. And, I'll go into the gym for years that, hey, man, when you go get your Corvette, man, you said you go get your Corvette. Y'all know the Corvette came out to C8. It was about 2020. I couldn't get it. It was like 2-3 years later when I got the Corvette. You see what I'm saying? But when I pulled up in the Corvette, something strange happened. Motherfucker stopped talking. Nobody wasn't talking no more. Yeah. Everybody get real silent when they see you pulling up in that shit. Same thing when you start losing that weight. You're going to start noticing some of your friends and some of your family members. They're going to get real quiet. They'll be like, oh, damn. He really dropped the weight. Oh, she really did that. I got a coaching client named Ann. She down over 104 pounds. When she first started before she started losing weight, her and her friends used to kind of joke around about her weight. She started losing weight. Now they thinking she done did some type of Ozempic. They thinking she done did some type of weight loss surgery. Ain't no damn weight loss surgery. Straight work. Straight dedication. All right, so put that work in. It don't matter where you starting at. It's all about how you finish. All right. Anyway, let's get back to it. So here's what I want y'all to do. This is a very simple way to lose weight when it comes to portions. I noticed that a lot of people, when they were raised by their parents didn't teach them how to make a plate. Okay? Sometimes people just had straight chicken wings on their plate. And some what they have? Lemon pepper wings. No, that's where I come from. Folks eating lemon pepper wings and hot wings, and they have a little blue cheese on the side, a little bit of ranch on the side. Wasn't no goddamn protein. I mean, no vegetables, no fruit. Guys, you want to follow what I call the half plate rule, because you don't want to just be eating all protein and finding yourself can't have no stools. You know what I'm talking about? Do I need to get more vulgar with what I'm saying here? Your ass can't go to the restroom like you need to because you're eating too much protein, not enough fiber. So half your plate needs to be protein. The other half of your plate needs to be fruit or vegetables. Fruit or vegetables. And I'd go so far as to say you only need to have fruit one time a day. One, maybe 2 times a day. You can have fruit with your breakfast, and then you can have fruit as a snack. All right. But for lunch and dinner, your ass don't need to be eating fruit still. You need to be eating some type of vegetables. If you're eating fruit all day, guys, fruit is healthy, but fruit does have some sugar in it. Even though it's natural sugar, you don't need to be eating sugar the whole day. You need to be eating some vegetables too. All right, so green vegetables for lunch and dinner. And so what does that look like? Let me give you some examples. So let's say for breakfast, you have an egg omelet with some spinach. All right, the egg omelet is the protein. The other half of the plate is the spinach. All right, or let's say you don't want to eat spinach. Let's say you want to eat a fruit. You could do blueberries, egg omelet, blueberries, scrambled eggs with cheese, asparagus. That's how you do your plates. All right, then for lunch and dinner, you have a protein. It could be salmon. It could be chicken. Then the other side of the plate, it could be asparagus. It could be Brussels sprouts. When you eat like this, guys, it makes it so easy to drop weight. Oh my God. Like I should have so many people inside my inbox on social media. And I do have people reaching out to me telling me they can drop 30, 50, 60 pounds just looking at my free content. But I feel like I should have so many more people. Let me know. It's a lot of lazy ass folks out there. You seeing all my free shit, but you ain't even using it, man. I'm giving away the game. I'm giving away the game. Now, the people who join my coaching program, I'm just putting together them a full game plan. But if you really just looked at my content and listened, dog, you should be able to lose weight. You should be able to lose weight. It's very simple, okay? And then if you notice that you're a bit heavier and you're like, man, I'm about to give y'all some real game right here. If you're a bit heavier and you're like, man, these meals not satisfying me, towards the end of the day, you could throw in a little bit of starchy carbs. A starchy carb is something like sweet potatoes, brown rice, or basmati rice. You can throw that in there with your dinner, okay? But it's only if you feel like you need it, so it's optional. So when you eat this way, guys, I'm telling you, these are cheat codes to dropping body fat that I'm giving y'all right now. Like over 15 years of coaching people, I see what works. This is why I can guarantee when people get in my coaching program, they can drop anywhere between 25, 30, 35 pounds in 3 months. In 6 months, they can drop anywhere between 40 to 60 pounds. I got coaching clients like my boy Lance Moore. He dropped 40 in 3 months. 40 pounds in 3 months. And this comes from a guy who really joined because of his wife. His wife Goldie reached out to me on social media, was like, I need to lose some weight. And then her husband came to the call, Lance. He's like, I'm going to do it with him. We're going to do this together. Now, Goldie down over 30, Lance down over 40. Keep it in the household. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing. All right? But anyway, that's the thing. That's the second thing as far as the portions. So we talked about the best foods. We talked about the portions. And then the last thing is the workout split. One of the biggest issues that I see happens to a lot of people when they're trying to get on their weight loss journey, but they can't be consistent with the workouts. They start, then they fall off. They start a workout plan, then they fall off. And the reason this happens is because they're following a workout plan that they cannot sustain. If you're trying to follow John Doe's workout program, the guy that's at the gym who say he work out 7 days a week and this is what he do, just because you excited about losing some weight and you see he cut up, that don't mean that you need to be doing his 7-day-a-week workout routine if you know that you really only have time to work out 3 or 4 days a week. And that's totally fine, guys. If you can only work out 3 or 4 days a week, that's the sweet spot. That's really all you need. You don't have to work out 5, 6, 7 days a week. If you want to, that's cool. But to drop 25, 30, 35 pounds in 3 months, guys, this shit is so simple, man. It is so simple. That's why I talk. If some of y'all, I know some of y'all be hearing my content, y'all be like, he almost said the same thing every time, but in a different way. Yeah, it's that simple. Because I got a system on how, as a coach, what I do is I have to recognize patterns. And as I recognize patterns of what worked, I do more of those patterns. When I see patterns of things that don't work, I stop doing those. All right? It's just like sports. Everybody who look at football and basketball, what do you think they come up with their plays? They look at the patterns. Oh man, when we run this pick and roll right here, boy, we should go a lot of shots. We get a lot of shots when we do these pick and rolls. What they do? They keep running the plays. They might not run it every single time, but they keep running the plays every game. You see what I'm saying? Same thing in football. Ooh, boy, Tom Brady, when he roll out to the right and he caught back and throw it, when it's only 2 minutes, oh yeah, we got to run these plays right here. And then we go kick a field goal at the end of the game and win the game. Now we got the championship. That's all I want. I want all my coaching clients to get the championship. You know what the championship is, don't you? You know what the championship is? That trophy body. You ever look in the mirror and you like, whoop, boy, I'm so happy with how my body looking. You looking at yourself in the mirror and then your boo thing walk in. Your boo just wrap their arms around you. Baby, what's up? What? Baby. They don't even know what to say because you just looking all nice and juicy. But anyway, I'm just talking to the people who want to be the trophy body. Everybody else who just want to be big bodies, I don't know what to say to you, man. If your ass lazy, you want to have a big body, big ass stomach, big back, can't help you. But anyway, here's what you got to do. If you know you can work out 3 days a week, you want to pick, let's say it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all right? You do full body. If you're working out 3 days a week, you can do full body all 3 days, all right? Or you could do upper body, lower body, and one full body workout, okay? That's what your workout split needs to look like when you hit the gym if you're working out 3 days a week. I have a coaching client named Kataka. His first 12 weeks working with me, he didn't do no working out. He was too busy. He law enforcement, extremely busy guy. I just put him on a nutrition plan. I taught him the things that I just shared with y'all earlier. He dropped 21 pounds in 3 months. Just nutrition alone, no working out. 12 weeks came by, he was like, hey, coach, man, let's run this thing back. I'm ready to start hitting this gym. Kataka is now down over 64 pounds. Getting it in. This is how this works, guys. Okay? So, but he only worked out 3 days a week. 3 days a week is all he did. And all he is still doing, 3 days a week. And Kataka is in his 50s. So I know a lot of people, they be thinking, oh man, I'm getting older. It might not work for me. Boy, you look like a young buck. Your skin glowing. You looking good. My skin ain't looking as glowing. It ain't glowing as much as it used to. Listen, it don't matter your age. It don't matter your genetics. If you're willing to put in the work. Because you want to know how it don't matter? The people who have poor nutrition habits, eating junk food, fast food all the time, what do we see happen to these people as they get older? Big ass stomachs, big back, man titties, lots of weight on them. It happens when their habits are eating a lot of junk food. What happens if they eat a whole lot of junk food? This is how you see them folks on My 600-Pound Life. Because they not just eating junk food. They eating a lot of that junk food. Big ass, large pizzas all to themselves. And so it's levels to it. You don't want to get that big. Y'all just don't be eating as much as they be eating. And as much as they be drinking. Simply lemonade, sodas, sweet teas. Those things have calories too. And so I say all that to say this, guys. You're human. If you eat junk food and eat a lot of junk food, you will have a big ass stomach. Okay? But if you stop eating so much junk food, I'm not saying you can't eat junk food at all, but if you cut back and you get your portions on point like I just shared with you, and you have maybe 1, 2, 3 cheat meals a week, your back won't be as big as it is right now. Your stomach won't be as big as it is right now. You gonna be a mini you, okay? Think about having a mini me. Your mini me is the smaller version of you because that smaller version of you don't eat as much as you do now, okay? That's your portions. Now, when it comes to working out, you got 3 days a week, which I just shared. The sweet spot that I really like is 4 days a week. When I get on game plan calls with folks and they be like, "Whoop, I can work out 4 days a week, coach." I be like, "Oh hell yeah, it's game time. It's game time." When people say 3, I be like, "I know I can give them down some weight. You know, I know I can give them down. At least 25 pounds in 3 months. You know, if they kind of heavy, I can give them down about 30 in 3 months. But if they working out 4 days a week, and they doing my nutrition plan, oh yeah, 30 to 35, maybe even 40, if they got some work ethic. And so here's what your workout split looks like if you're working out 4 days a week. 2 of those days need to be upper body and core days, all right? So let's say Mondays and Thursdays, you do upper body and abs. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, you're doing lower body. All 4 days, you need to be doing cardio. And same for if you're doing 3 days a week. All 3 days, you need to be doing cardio. 30, 45 minutes of cardio. That's all you need, okay? Guys, if you do these things that I just shared with you, you can literally transform your life. And I just gave y'all this shit for free, for the frisky. Like, I have so many coaching clients, like hundreds, who are dropping 20, 25, 30, 35 pounds. We got coaching clients dropping 60, 70, 100 plus pounds now. I'm teaching them the same things that I just shared with y'all. The only difference is I laid it out for them so they don't have to guess about nothing because they're in the coaching program. But if you follow what I just shared with you, which you should be able to get results with what I just shared. What I just shared. Now, if you just want to remove all the guesswork, then that's when you get you a coach. But if you can just Frankenstein what I just shared together and just execute, not be lazy, give yourself a good week and just run these plays, you're going to see results. Then you do it again next week. You're going to see results. You do it for a month. I promise you're going to be down some more weight. All right? Well, hopefully y'all find this podcast helpful. We out of here. Let's get it.
Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.